did you do?
Go ahead and act it out, Dave.
That's fine. Okay, I'm going to take this piece of chalk and figure out. We could probably stop it there. Anybody ever seen the movie Apollo 13? Yeah, absolutely. That clip was leading up to the ultimate line in that whole movie. Do you know what that line is?
Failure is not an option.
Failure is not an option. Oh man, I remember watching that movie and I got goosebumps. Yes, failure is not an option unless you're trying to show a video clip in church. Failure is just simply not an option.
You're not.
Could we please start over?
This is like my golf
You
game.
can
A
back
do-over.
up. Well, actually, now they know everything. Let's just close in prayer. Lord, thank you for the humbling experience you have given us this morning. Or me, anyway. Yeah, like all the way to the one right after what was going to be the movie clip. You know, this is how you start a message on failure. It's perfect. You just illustrate failure. Let me make sure my fly is up. Yep, okay. This morning. Oh my goodness.
Failure is not an option.
Failure is not an option. We're going to persevere. You have to admit that line feels right, doesn't it? Because I think what happens is a lot of us, we kind of adopt that mantra for our life. Failure is not an option. When it comes to getting good grades, failure is not an option. When it comes to making the team and winning, failure is not an option. When it comes to getting into the right school, failure, not an option. When it comes to having a good enough GPA that you can get that right internship or that perfect first job, failure is not an option. When it comes to marriage, failure is not an option. When it comes to raising our kids, failure is not an option. When it comes to getting that promotion, to getting that raise, to getting on the fast track to a perfect career or to financial security, simply failure is not an option. With all of our big goals and pursuits in life, failure is not an option. As Americans, we love to embrace that reality. And that feels so right. It feels noble, doesn't it? Failure's not an option. We're going to win. Problem is, it's a trap. If we actually approach life with a failure is not an option mentality, it will rob us of our identity as image bearers of God who can actually make their way through the world with power, with impact, and with joy. If we embrace a mindset as we move through life that failure is not an option, it will kill off the people we were meant to be and leave in its wake someone unwanted and unremarkable. See, here's a news flash for everybody. Failure is inevitable. Let's all say it together. Failure is inevitable. See, the only reason in real life that failure is not an option is because failure is inevitable. You don't have the choice. We will fail. We will fail repeatedly. We will fail in small ways, and we will fail in big ways. Because failure simply is not an option. It is an inevitability in life. Now look, failing won't kill you. My first proof of that is, look, you're alive. And so am I. Failing won't kill us. But if we adopt a failure is not an option in my life mindset, it will kill off our potential, it'll kill off our future, it'll kill off our dreams, it'll kill off our hopes, and it ultimately leads to failure. You see, when we adopt a failure is not an option mindset, when it comes to us living our lives, it inevitably will give birth to one of three kinds of behavior. The first behavior is we avoid risk. After all, if failure is not an option, if we just cannot fail, if failure is something we could just never endure, then let's avoid any situation where we might fail. Let's play it safe. Let's only do what appears to be doable. Let's not take a risk. Let's not take a big risk. Let's not venture out into something where there's really a lot on the line and we're not sure if it might pay off. Play it safe. It's one behavior that springs from a I can't fail mentality. Another behavior that might spring up is this. We might just become workaholics. Man, if we can't fail, then what we're going to do is we're going to pour volumes of time and energy and effort into what we do. We're going to pour it into our career. We're going to pour it into our work. We're going to pour it into our endeavors because we can't fail. Failure's not an option. So inordinate amount of time and energy go into our work and our careers because after all, we can't fail. Or another behavior is this, we go into denial. Really, the evidences that we are failing are all around us, but we absolutely refuse to acknowledge them. We say to ourselves, no, I am not failing, I need to keep working, I need going, it's going to be okay. Or we say to ourselves, you know what, it's just fine. We begin to pretend. Because we cannot face the fact that the evidence staring us right in the face says that we're failing. So we just go into denial. It is inevitable that if we adopt a failure is not an option mindset when it comes to making our way through life, then that mindset will give birth to something on that screen. We will either avoid risks, or we will become workaholics, or we will go into denial. Anybody here, I just wonder, and you just answer in your own head? Kind of looking up there going, oh, maybe that's something that characterizes my life. See, failing won't kill you. It won't kill your potential. It won't kill your future. It won't kill your dreams. It won't kill your chance for a good life. But if you avoid risk, or if you become a workaholic, or if you slide into denial, that will kill off your future. That will kill off your potential. That will make your dreams an impossibility. In 1998, Abdullah Ali, an Iraqi businessman who for 8 years had been living in London, went to lunch with 3 friends at a restaurant in Notting Hill. About 2 days after that lunch, he began to experience some flu-like symptoms. And then they eventually got worse and worse, and he began to experience some really incredible pain. He checked himself into the hospital. They couldn't figure out what first went wrong to him. The pain got greater. They put him on all sorts of painkillers. It didn't seem to touch it. 2 weeks later, he died. When they performed the autopsy, they found he had been the victim of thallium poisoning. And they began to do some research and realized that it was one of Saddam Hussein's favorite tactics for extracting vengeance on people he did not like.